On today's episode of Getting Real with Goldie, we're going to kill two birds with one stone, and we are going to talk about correction officer mental health because May 3rd through May 9th every year is Correction Professional Recognition Week, and May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Okay, so that was lame, right? If we're being honest with each other, because we are, right? I'm a real ass bitch. Everyone in the field talks about being tough, holding the line, handling your business, but very few people want to talk about how fucking stressed out and really overwhelmed they are. Because in the culture, if you are struggling, you stay quiet. If you're overwhelmed, you push it down. And if it's affecting you, you have to pretend that it's not, because anything like that is seen as weakness, sometimes by your peers and definitely by the inmates. However, things that are affecting you, when you're pretending that it's not affecting you, that's actually not strength, that is conditioning, and it's costing you more than you think, right? When you can't turn your brain off, when you're snapping at people, when you feel nothing or everything all at the same time, right? When the only way you know how to cope is through alcohol, isolation, OT, infidelity, buying a bunch of shit you don't need, living outside of your means, right? Let's talk about it. We don't say that part out loud, but there's an unspoken rule, right? You don't talk about it, you don't feel it. And then we're wondering why all of our correction officers are getting burnt out, especially in New York State. Don't even get me started on that one. So, right, corrections professionals trained to handle inmates, control situations, and be alert, but nobody trained you how to handle what the environment does to your brain, okay? It doesn't make you stronger. It makes the damage quieter, right? And you don't get extra points for suffering in silence. You just carry it longer. So I think that, the stigma of mental health, I have a lot of friends who have supported me that I used to work with at a couple different prisons that are extremely supportive of the mental health thing. And then I also have clients that are getting help, because sometimes it is helpful not to talk to a peer, because we all know that it turns into like a contest on who's had the worst day, right? Oh man, you had a bad day. My day was worse because an inmate X did this to me and whatever. Or a family member who you don't necessarily want to talk about what happened to you at work that day because it's really fucked up shit. So therapy can be helpful as a place to vent your frustrations with somebody who may not necessarily understand exactly what you've gone through, but can hold the space for you to kind of just talk about what's stressing you out, come up with other ways to cope, and call it a day. I don't know. That seems kind of tougher to me than pretending like nothing's bothering you. And mental illness isn't, how's that working for you? It's probably not. Good talk. And happy Correction Professional Week.